Hi people, it's Lego CYD in 1999, back with more Minecraft Paintball, the quest for the speed hat. In the last part, we discussed first-person shooters, and more specifically Call of Duty and why you buy them. And in this part, we're going to discuss something else that, if you're a fan of my videos, you've probably heard of. The Wii U. And the next generation of consoles. What maps are filling up quickly so that we don't have to wait for a while? I don't see any over here. Yeah, Canada, because I don't think we've ever played on here. But yeah, so in this episode, we're going to be discussing the Wii U and the next generation of consoles, and which one you think you might pick up and which ones you think you might like. Let's start off by saying one thing. I am not entirely biased towards any company. I am slightly biased towards Nintendo because Nintendo are what I am primarily fan of, and they are really the family company that I like, but I'm not really biased towards any, and Microsoft I like a little bit less due to some marketing decisions they made, and yeah, so, but I'll try and discuss this from as unbiased a standpoint as I am, but just be aware I am a little bit biased, and wow, the other team has an advantage. They're sky blue on Canada, an ice map. This is gonna be fun. But yeah, so let's start with the Wii U. I don't really consider the Wii U to be a next generation console. It's a console that just so happened to be released in the next generation, but I'd consider it more or less as a console that is of the previous generation. Like, at this point, Nintendo is pretty much in a league of their own, doing stuff that's slightly behind the times, but still works. Yeah, that sort of stuff works. But their main problem is nobody's developing for it because it's not selling well, and it's not selling well because nobody's developing for it. Somebody in this market needs to take a chance here. The console makers can't take a chance because they're doing their best to put out games on their own. You know, being Nintendo, they publish. You know, they've got a good lineup coming next year and this fall. They've got Pikmin 3, they've got SSB, Wii U, and 3DS. They've got games like Super Mario 3D World and stuff like Mario Kart, obviously. So they've got some good stuff like Sonic Lost World, which I'm really looking forward to. But yeah, I think what they have to do first is take a lesson from what they've already done. How did they get the 3DS to go from the weak console to the best-selling console? How'd they get there so like that? That's, I think, a question Nintendo really needs to ask themselves, because they'd get pretty far if they did what they did with the 3DS. Now let's move on to the PS4. I don't think Sony needs to do anything anymore to try and sell the PS4. They've won us over. Let's face it, even I, being a Nintendo fan, admit that I think the PS4 won E3. Because it was just... It made a great conference, it made a big splash, and it did exactly what the Xbox One didn't do, which is what it needed to do to win. And so overall, PS4, in my opinion, doesn't need to do anything. They're gonna win the next console generation, no matter what they do. So, yeah. And now on to the thing that I'm probably most biased against, the Xbox One, Wii 1. I personally just don't like this thing. The Kinect is not a good idea, especially with what they're doing with it. It just seems like it's not going to work. So overall, I'm not a big fan of the Xbox One. Probably won't pick one up. If anything, I'll pick up a Wii U and a PS4, Kingdom Hearts 3, Mario Kart 8. I'll do that sort of stuff because that's the stuff that I like. But Xbox One's not winning me over because of the business decisions that it made, and I'm not up for forgetting those. So, sorry, Microsoft. Either way, if you like this part, subscribe, rate, comment, do all that fun stuff. Tell me your opinions on the next generation in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.